Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to the MMA Short Show. As always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And personally, I've said it about 55 times this week, and I know I've seen it on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. UFC Saudi Arabia this weekend is probably better than what UFC 312 is the following weekend. And for a pay-per-view, you expect these things to be way better. But it's nice to finally get a nice fight night that's stacked like this. And even if you don't want to argue about the cards being better than the pay-per-view, there is no arguing at all that the UFC Saudi Arabia co-main and main event blow UFC 312s out the water. And I've already spoken just how geeked I am when it comes to Izzy when he takes on Nasruddin Imavov this weekend. I don't really have a favorite. You know, it's always cool to see the former champion and a veteran get the dub and show the young guy what's up. But I am truly really excited just to see if Izzy's still a contender or if this man's officially moving on to the gatekeeper role where he's going to test the new guys and see if they still got it. And if they can get by Izzy, maybe they can be champions now. And if they lose, clearly you don't got it just because he's not really at the top anymore. But I'm really excited to see if he still has it in him, if he can get it done. And like I've said with Nasruddin Imavov multiple times, I think after that Sean Strickland loss, I think he learned a lot. And I think he's really just honed into his skill level. And I think he's really putting it all together. And like we saw last year, to go 3-0, and not just to go 3-0, but the way he took out Jared Cannonier, man, it's scary. You don't see Jared Cannonier getting taken out like that until this previous year. So I'm geeked about it. But man, when it comes to this co-main event, I am super excited when it comes to the Shara Bullet and MVP. And mostly it's because Michael Venom Page, I feel bad for most people that have never watched him fight, before the UFC, because his fight with Ian Gary was terrible. It was not fun at all. You could probably put the blame on Ian Gary for most of it, but this is why I'm so excited for it. Not only MVP coming in here and maybe getting his first chance at putting on a show and showing everybody, why he's MVP and why everybody's kind of considered him, if not number one, at least on that short list of guys that have never been in the UFC, and we wanted them to be in it finally. And so now that we have it, I really hope with Shara Bullet's style, the way he just goes at it and just throws it caution to the wind, and always has some exciting performances and finishes. We've seen him in trouble before. I really think this is a chance for MVP to just take over and maybe give Shara Bullet his first loss. And even if Shara gets the job done, I'm pretty excited about it. You still got another up-and-coming killer like we've been talking about at 170 and 185 for the last few months now, with all these killers coming up like Cal Borrelio, and we've already talked about at 170, the Alta killers, Shavkat, Ian Gary. You can go on for JDM. You got all these guys that are coming, Sean Brady's, all these guys that are finally making their way and taking over the next generation. It's amazing, but I really think this is the chance for most UFC fans to finally realize why people hype MVP up. And I could see a nasty knockout. I could see him maybe getting Shara Bullet real tired or just guessing with all the different, techniques he's going to be throwing his way. And like I said, even if I'm wrong, even if MVP doesn't get his moment, this could be a really cool time for Shara Bullet to get another just wild highlight finish. So I'm really expecting some fireworks here, and I don't really have a favorite. I think it's just, maybe getting to see MVP get his first moment with the UFC and maybe just one last, highlight on his career. I would love it, but at the same time, you can never be mad at a one-eyed Willie who's 15-0, who could be the next, Bisbing when it comes to at least a one-eyed guy. And the only thing that makes me weird about Shara Bullet, though, is if he does start taking over, it's going to be a hard time seeing them really pushing for a title if all he can do is fight over in the Middle East or whatever, where he can only fight in Saudi Arabia or, Abu Dhabi or whatever, if it's sponsored by the Riyadh season. Seems like he has all these troubles to get over here. So you guys let me know what you think for this weekend. And as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And thank you guys, every single one of you who have been watching for the last 2 years or so I've been doing this. Shouts out to every single one of you. 700 subscribers. Blows me out of this world. I never thought I would even get 7. So shouts out to every single one of you. And let's go, baby. Let's go.